Shalom, Yashrala. This your brother Dawada, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Akim, pushing this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I want to jump into this here article real quick showing, how Esau is divided right now, man. All right, and this is pretty much, as you see, in his kingdom is starting to crack and crumble apart, man, on all sides. Not only is the the economic collapse going on. All right, you have the minds of the people has already been far distorted. You got these children wanting to go get sex changes or whatever, whatnot. And so on and so forth. But nevertheless, you also have these Edomites. Who how you have how they pretty much them dominating. This is what the Republicans and the Democrats have in common. They still they want to rule and have power. But nevertheless, as you see in these things, they're so how do I say, they're so divided amongst each other, they can't focus on keeping their ship afloat. They're pretty much about to destroy their damn selves. But nevertheless, and we know that these things are all how do I say, used as tools from Esau to rein in his own plan, problem, reaction, solution. But nevertheless, it's kind of funny watching them just go to each other's throats like this, man. All right. It says, they, not too long ago, they was talking about how, there's going to be a race war or whatever, whatnot, and this and that, and so on and so forth, which, hey, still things like that can happen. But ultimately, when the food starts shutting down and everything like that, and the jobs are completely gone, everybody's going to be at everybody's throats. But nevertheless, right now, these Edomites, they can't even band together on one topic. With this here election, they're completely divided. So it says Republicans who voted for Trump impeachment expect someone may try and kill us buying body armor, says congressman. Now, which this whole impeachment thing, like I said, a lot of this stuff is, smoke screens for whatever, whatnot, because as we'll read in the article, they're pretty much talking about, they're going to proceed on this impeachment of Trump, which when they first started talking about his homie only had like 14 days left in office or like 2 weeks in office, but they pretty much going to go and reconvene on this like a day before, Biden takes office, right? It says Peter Mayer, a Republican in Michigan, says he and other Republicans fear their lives after voting in favor for impeaching Donald Trump. And basically, this is, pretty much like the scriptures say, and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, And, that's pretty much going against, the elect, because we're not going to bow down to this here, the image of the beast. We're not going to be serving this here system like that. But nevertheless, the damn beast can't even get his damn feet together, man. One foot want to go forward while the other foot want to go forward at the same time, man. You can't have both feet going forward at the same time. You're going to trip and fall, man. All right, and this is what you see in happening. It says, many of us are altering our routines, working to get body armor, which is reimbursable, a reimbursable purchase that we can make, Mayer told MSNBC in a Thursday interview. Mayer is one of the 10 Republicans to break from their party. All right, so you seeing these people that, normally would just keep riding for their own side, but now they're like, you know what, we're going to go against where the rest of our party is voting, all right, just to pretty much get old boy out of office, But it's putting them between a rock and a hard spot because, they're claiming that they fear their lives from these, basically their co-workers, But nevertheless, hey, those ain't the people that you should really, well, who knows? These are all Edomites. The majority of them are all Edomites. It says Mayer is one of the 10 Republicans to break from their party and join Democrats in voting for Trump's impeachment, which now faces uncertain future as their Senate reconvenes on January 19th. All right, a day because the inauguration is on the 20th. All right, so they're gonna be voting to impeach old boy. Let's just say they do impeach him, right? They vote all the way through to impeach him on the 19th. What the hell's gonna happen? By the time they get done, they're gonna kick him out of office. What, 24 hours or some shit like that before he's supposed to get out of office? What's the big deal, right? It says, hey, if that was Jake, Jake normally would be mad about shit like that. If like they go in and go to work or whatever, whatnot, and the boss already know from some shit they did yesterday that they're going to get fired. They're going to let their ass come to work a full damn day, all right, and then call them in the office as they about to go and clock out and tell them that they fired. Like, bro, you knew I was fired, or wait till you show up to work to fire your ass. Like, bro, you couldn't have called me and just told me I was fired before I wasted my gas money coming out here, man. All right. But nevertheless, it says, they're going to reconvene on January 19th, a day ahead of Joe Biden's inauguration, meaning if it moves forward, the impeachment trial would occur during Joe Biden's first day in office. You see what I mean? This basically is some bullshit, right? So no real news about the whole impeachment situation, but nevertheless, these things can be used to stir up the minds of these damn Edomites, just like how the election results or whatever, whatnot, just to talk of, voter fraud or whatever, whatnot, and they organize these, this staged event over at the Capitol building, basically, all right, to further their agenda, all right, of bringing in what? More and more troops, all right, and having the more and more presence of the troops out here, man. All right, because you still got to understand that you have Operation Warp Speed still in play, where they're going to use the military to enforce these jabs. But, the American population isn't used to seeing the American military on the soils of America like that and using that capacity. You basically only have the only basic portion of the American military that used to be by law that can be on the, the soils of America, operating in America, would be the National Guards. Each state has their own private military, the National Guards, right? But they only really work in a capacity of, like, let's say, humanitarian aid, right? So if something was to break out and happen or whatever, whatnot, they would, like the Hurricane Katrina type of shit, they go out there and help them out, But nevertheless, they have in the past been called in, to guard certain things or whatever, whatnot, when there was mass riots and protests, I believe, like with the Watts riot and whatever, whatnot, But hey, the people aren't really used to seeing the military out there. But what? They're trying to predictively program you into this here New World Order system, because we know that the devil is about to come down with great wrath, because he has but a short time, man. All right, and his ultimate plan is to, hey, he's willing to sacrifice the whole damn planet Earth just to get rid of Jake, man. It says it's sad that we have to put that. So like it says it's sad that we have to get to that point. Mayor said of the added precautions being taken in light of the U.S. Capitol siege last week, but our expectation is that someone may try to kill us. So now, you see what I'm saying? But this is the real ultimate sentiment, It says, obviously, and these, again, is predictive programming, getting these damn Edomites roused up for that sedition amongst their governments, the kings and their princes and things like that. All right, because if they can force the civilian population to keep bucking up like this or whatever, whatnot, it was so-called justified in the public's eye, them coming down with the swiftness with the damn hammer, man. All right. It says, obviously, we saw what happened on January 6th and the fact that there was 20,000 National Guardsmen in D.C. right now, and they get out there sleeping in the Capitol building. It says, there's a feeling that there's no control here and we don't know what's going to happen next, the Republican added. Again, you have to understand Esau's witchcraft and his plays and everything like that. Again, going back to the Hegelian dialectic, problem, reaction, solution, or order out of chaos, right? It's the same situation, order out of chaos. They create the chaos just to bring in the order, all right? They create a problem just to see your reaction, and they already had the solution to begin with, all right? It says, like if I wanted to charge you for, sending a fire truck to your house and putting out a fire, but your house ain't on fire, right? But I want to charge you for that. What am I going to do? I'm going to go over there and throw a Molotov cocktail through your window, set your house on fire, right? That's going to be to create the problem. All right. Then what is your reaction going to be? Call 911. Hey, I got a fire at my house. Okay. What's the solution? The solution was already pre-planned. Now I'm coming out with the fire trucks to put out the fire, and we're going to send you the bill that we wanted to send you before you even had a fire, right? And this is what's going on, because they want to bring down the, a heavy hand or whatever, whatnot, you know what I'm saying, and put these people in subjection and ultimately chip everybody, man. It says, obviously, we just read that. Mayor is a freshman congressman who succeeded Justin Amash, himself a conservative Trump critic who switched to the Libertarian Party earlier this year, was praised by liberals for his vote. The Republican, let me read down. It says, this is not the first time Mayor has claimed without presenting any real threats that Republicans who turn on Trump could be in danger. He previously claimed in an interview with Reason that colleagues felt a vote to certify the election in Biden's favor would put their families in danger. All right. Hey, and we really, with this here cancel culture and whatever, whatnot that they've created and whatever, whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And the internet and all these different things with social media and everything like that, and all the news going through social media. Once they find out certain people's names or whatever, whatnot, like with these Karens or whatever, whatnot, all these, hell, the people that were storming the fucking Capitol building. In fact, what's funny is one of those guys that was out there, I think it was a dude with the podium in his hand. This dude is literally from like the county where I live at, right? He's from right down here. Now, I believe, because like I said, he's the talk around town around here, right? I believe he was like a stay-at-home dad and his wife was a doctor in one of the hospitals over here. And I believe she lost her damn job. But all they need is your picture. All right, then the internet goons is going to do their job to search out your name and find all your credentials or whatever, whatnot. Put your ass on blast and it's going to go viral and everybody's going to know you. So this is what these Edomites got to understand, especially these Karens, man. They do these little flip-out videos or whatever, whatnot. They don't realize that once they face and things go viral, the internet goons is going to take that information, get your name, put your shit on blast. And once your name is out there, imagine if you did have a job, man. You're not going to be able to get no job nowhere. As soon as you put your name on an application and go do a background check, like, nah, we don't need that type of publicity around here, man. All right. Or you try to go get housing or something like that. Nah, we don't need that type of publicity around here. Or let's say you already have housing or whatever, whatnot. But then all of a sudden you keep getting these threats and people vandalizing your house and your neighborhood and everything like that. What do you think your neighbors are going to wind up saying, man? They're going to vote to kick you up out of there because you disrupting the peace in their neighborhoods, man. All right. It says Mayor latest lawmaker to claim fears for safety in light of the U.S. Capitol riot. Representative Republican Alexandria, Representative Alexandria OcasioCortez, Democrat in New York, said in an Instagram post this week that she was even scared to isolate with some white supremacist lawmakers when the storming of the Capitol was happening, fearing that they could turn her over to the rioters, in which I did a video on that the other day. But nevertheless, she really feared that. It's not like her colleagues don't know her address, phone number, and all these different things when they could just put out her address, man. But nevertheless, we understand. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We understand these things and how they're working in the background, all right? But nevertheless, this is why all these things are starting to ramp up. These prophecies are coming quicker and quicker and quicker, man. All right, it says Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth he have but a short time. He only has, a short amount of time, because why? The Lord will do nothing but reveal his secrets unto the servants, the prophets. All right, then that wicked shall be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. So the prophets are out here exposing the hell out of these damn Edomites, man. Now all these other people are saying, is this the man that made the whole earth tremble, that destroyed the nations, that opened up the house of his prisoners? Is this the illest nigga in Babylon? Are these niggas the Edomites? Are they the devil on the earth? Now they can't really hide themselves no more. So they got to do all they can do to try to either woo people back to sleep. All right, which that ain't really happening right now, man. So what do they have to do? They have to basically silence the people by the force of the sword. Well, first they're going to try to silence the internet, with the famine of the word. But then when all else fails, they come down with the swiftness with the sword. And what do you see them doing? Enacting these or creating new laws and things like that to justify them coming down with the swiftness, man. All right. These are a lot of things that people aren't paying attention to behind all of these big events and so on and so forth. Hey, whenever they have these things like this, they wind up signing so many different laws behind the scenes while your eyes are focused on the siege of the Capitol building and everything else like that, man. All right. It says, we just read that. So let's go on from there to the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9. All right. So the devil is coming down with great wrath because he has but a short time. He knows he had but a short time, right? So how do we know all these things? 2nd Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I told thee before, then thou shalt understand that it's the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, all right, we also see that the love of many is waxing cold. All right, these curses are being lifted up off of Jacob, being put on our enemies. All right, Esau is having hatred towards his own brother. All right, we starting to see them being divided the hell up right now, man. All right, we also see the mark of the beast being pushed right now, man. So we know that Jacob's trouble is around the corner. All right, and we know that World War III is around the corner. The mark of the beast is right at the doorsteps, man. We see them actually rolling this here out right now, man. All right. If it wasn't for this inauguration and everything like that going on, that's the main story in the news right now. The setting up of the mark of the beast system, man. All right, but nevertheless, measuring the time diligently by what? Watching the news and filtering it through the scriptures and lining it up with prophecies, man. This is what we've been out here doing, man. And now we're at a time now where the prophecies are speaking loud and clear, loud and clear, loud and clear. Let me go ahead and grab that in the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come and not tarry. And right now we're at a point in time where there's so much shit popping off, so many calamities and things that's hitting people left and right, left and right. They don't know from which way it's coming from, man. It's to a point now where people can't just focus on certain things. Like if it was just a pandemic, oh, things like this happen all the time or whatever, whatnot. You know, it'll pass too. All right. But then you got the pandemic going on. Then you got the global economic collapse going on. Then you got the sedition amongst men going on. All right. You have the RFID chip being pushed going on right now. You have China and Russia and these other nations jockeying for position to replace America as America's starting to crumble and fall right now, man. All right, so you have all these different things going on at the time right now. There's so much going on right now that the depression rate is skyrocketing through the roof right now. Domestic violence is skyrocketing through the roof right now. Divorce is skyrocketing through the roof right now. Suicides is skyrocketing through the roof right now. Because why? Darkness has covered the earth and gross darkness to people, man. They don't know what the hell to damn do, right? The only people that's out here calm and collected and happy and celebrating is the men of the Lord. Because why? We, blessed are your eyes, will see the things that you see. We understand what the hell is going on, man. Our salvation is getting closer. But for Esau, all right, especially the ones that's in the know, the elites and everything, they see that their kingdom is coming to an end, man. All right. Right now, we can measure these times because of why? All the prophecies are speaking loud and clear, loud and clear, loud and clear, man. All right. Let's go back. 2nd Ezra 9:4. It says, then thou shalt well understand. Let me go up. It says, verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Hence the reason we were called prophets. All right, we were prophesying, telling you about these things before they came to pass, man. You know, a couple years back, you know, we would very rarely, not very rarely, but it'd be every once in a while we would bring these here scriptures out. 2nd Ezra 9, 2nd Ezra 15, 2nd Ezra 16, you know, Revelation 12 and 12, man. All right, Revelation 13, 16, you know, we would every once in a while hit on these videos, you know, maybe once a month. You may do a video on the mark of the beast, maybe once every other month. Now it's damn near every day. It's like the same thing. It's just getting closer, 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 man. The sedition amongst men. It's just like, yo, we could talk about the sedition amongst men from now all the way into January 20, man. All right, because this is what's going to be, you know, festering up and cooking up in the damn kitchen until what? The pot start boiling over on that day, man. And then, you know, January 20 ain't going to be the end all be all, man. You know, these Trump supporters ain't going to just go to sleep, you know, once Biden is sworn into office or whatever, whatnot, man. They already have talks about how they're going to kind of make it hard for his ass. And, you know, there could be more insurrection and more riots and protests and things after he's already in office and things like this, man. All right. They don't even know if the damn, you know, the Congress and stuff like that is going to actually function, you know, decently with everybody in the turmoil up and over this here Trump situation, man. All right. Verse 5, for like all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Even so the times also of the highest have a plain beginning, and wonder and powerful works, and endings and endings and effects and signs. All right. So going into these here situations, we see that what these signs and these wonders, these things are starting to happen. So we know, just like when you in science or chemistry, all right, you know, you have two chemical elements or whatever, whatnot, you know, they're by themselves, they're pretty stable or whatever, whatnot. Then you mix certain elements together and you get a chemical reaction, all right? You know that there's some kind of change or some kind of things happening, man. All right, this is like you mixing right now baking soda and you know, just some type of, let's say, vinegar, some type of acid or something like that, man. All right, it's going to start bubbling up and over right now, man. And this is what you're starting to see right now, man. All right. Second Ezra is, do I want to grab this? Yeah, we'll grab it. Second Ezra 15, starting at verse 14. Woe unto the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And what are they out there preparing for right now? You got these National Guardsmen out there in the camping out. You know, they talking about it's now a military base because they got the National Guard camping out in the Capitol building or whatever, whatnot. You know, they setting up with all the security around the inauguration and everything like that, man. All right, and all these different things. And if you know about the Illuminati card game and everything like that, hey, that's one for you to go look up. You know, go on Google, search Illuminati card game and look up the Trump card. There's actually a Donald Trump card, and Look up the date when this game was created, man. I think it was like 1992 or 1993. All right, but hey, Esau, hey, these things are all planned out. Esau has, all this here worked out already, man. All right, but nevertheless, he don't realize that all these things is going to bring him to the King of Terrors, because ultimately his plan, just like everybody else, man, the Most High is sealing his instructions while he's sleeping at night, man. The Most High is controlling him just like everybody else, man. All right, it says, 2 Ezra 15:15, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. All right, and hey, what are you starting to see happen, man? All right, these Edomites talking about they going down there marching down on D.C. or whatever, whatnot. Not just D.C., in every state. They talking about storming all the Capitol buildings in every state, man. All right, so if they're making threats like this already before these things even happen and everything like that, what do you think the response from the U.S. government is going to be? Oh, we got to be on full of, they ain't taking the police. They're not sending the police out there, man. All right, they're sending the military out there, man. And why do you call the military up, man? You call the military to take care of things in war, man, to go to battle with, man. All right. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men. All right, 2 Ezra 15:16. We're watching this here play out as we speak right now, man. All right. Because when Esau was gunning Jake down and they was talking about, the Black Lives Matter and whatever, whatnot, Jake wasn't really standing up against the police. He was standing in the face of them, screaming on them or whatever, whatnot. But Jake ain't dumb. All right. If it's like one thing that Jake really fears, the damn police, man. All right. Because they know that really, no matter how big and how strong, how swole Jake is and how small and feeble Esau is, if this motherfucker got a badge on, it ain't shit you can do to him, man. All right, they'll find a way to kill your ass, man, in a gruesome way. All right. It says, for there should be sedition among men and invading one another. And what did they wind up doing? They they calling this Capitol building situation a siege on the U.S. Capitol, invading the Capitol building, man. All right, insurrections, man. All right, seditions, man. All right, it says, for there should be sedition among men and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes. Now, who would be the kings and the princes, man? They talking about we want to have a peaceful transition. You guys need to go home. We want peace. They had the police up there with the barriers up there saying, hey, you can't cross these lines or whatever, whatnot. But what did the people wind up doing? Hell no, we ain't gonna be peaceful, man. We finna go storm the building, man. Forget about your little barricades or whatever, whatnot. We going across that, man. All right, when you see them people marching through them damn halls or whatever, whatnot, stealing all the shit from out the buildings, and you had the Secret Service back there with their damn guns drawn or whatever, whatnot. What do you think that was, man? You think that they was when they had their guns drawn, that should tell you to stop where you going at. Go turn around. But no, they wanted to keep proceeding. That's why that one woman got put to death, man. All right. For there should be sedition among men and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And what did they wind up doing, man? They went up in the Capitol building and started posting up and taking selfies on them people's desk and everything like that. Had the Congress people out there scared and hiding or whatever, whatnot, and evacuated and things like that, man. All right. If they wasn't scared, they would have just continued on doing what they was doing or whatever, whatnot. I'll let the situation go on as it's going on outside. But no, these people was breaking through windows and whatever, whatnot, man. Now they talking about impeaching Trump, which, again, if they were, the trial, the situation is going to go take place the day before Biden is inaugurated in the office. So let's just say that they do so-called impeach Trump this time, right, and actually get him up out of office or whatever, whatnot. What do you think? It's not about him getting out of office, but what do you think the reaction of the people is going to be, man? Oh, we got to turn up even more. They stole that's what they fighting about. They stole our election the first time. You know what I'm saying? Now they want to impeach our boy. This is illegal. This is treason, blah, 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 blah. We got to go get these guys, man. All right? Let me grab one more. We'll close out. This is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. It says, I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Now, you should know by now that, America is being called by different names throughout the scriptures. You ain't going to find United States of America, the U.S., America in the scriptures, all right? Just like how you can find, I believe that's what, Revelation 11:11 that is. Just for edification's sake. No, it's Revelation 12:11. Or it was 11 and 11. Revelation 11 and 8, it says, "And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city." All right, the great city is talking about America, which is spiritually called, all right, just like, you have, Jake uses this all the time, be having nicknames for people or whatever, whatnot. You may nickname somebody, one of your friends, after somebody else or whatever, because they may favor this person or whatever, whatnot. You're not really calling this person that person or whatever, whatnot, but it's like you saying, I can't think of no examples right now, whatever, whatnot, how, you may call somebody somebody else, whatever, whatnot. But nevertheless, it's just like metaphorically speaking, it says, oh, for instance, hey, what's up, big dog? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, we're not talking about that this is a very large dog, an animal like a Great Dane or nothing like that, That's metaphorically speaking. It says, "In their dead bodies shall lie in the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified." All right, Sodom because of the these alphabet movements, these modes out here, and Egypt because this is where we served our bondage at, hardcore bondage. Going back to Revelation 19, it says, "I will set the Egyptians," these Americans, "against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom." So what are you starting to see? What's going on out there with the capital, with the elections? All right, these are two different Edomites that they got their different supporters banging on each other, man. And who is the majority of these people out there in the crowd? Edomites, man. Yeah, you got a couple, Jakes out there, or what looks like Jakes. They could be damn Edomites, but hey, like the scriptures say, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished, man. You want to walk along with these people, you're going to die right along with their ass, man. All right, but it says, "I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother." All right, these are all Edomites banging on each other. Everyone against his neighbor. All right, the people from the same so-called walks of life, whether they be from the same how you say location, cities, or whatever, whatnot. It says, "And city against city, and kingdom against kingdom," like they're talking about now about what is that? Inauguration day. They're talking about storming all the Capitol buildings in all the states, man. All right, so hey, this is what you're starting to see, this here insurrection. All right, sedition amongst men, where these Egyptians are about to start fighting against one another, man. All right, all over the whole United States, man. All right, normally, like Vladimir Putin say, normally it's the American government as a whole that's out here trying to overthrow these other governments and regime change. But guess what? You got the damn Edomites here in America, these Americans trying to overthrow their own damn government, man. High treason, man. All right, according to their laws, man. All right. One more precept came to mind real quick in Matthew. It's Matthew 12. Yeah. Matthew 12 and 25. "And Yahushua knew their thoughts, and said unto them, Every kingdom," all right, this is Esau's kingdom, because the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, all right, "every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. Every city or house divided against itself shall not stand." Now, when you look at Jake, right, and we had the curses upon us where we were going to have an evil eye towards our own brother, which these curses are being lifted off of us and being dropped on Esau. But nevertheless, when you look at the different tribes and you see the hatred between the different tribes that Esau put amongst us, right? The so-called Mexicans don't like the so-called Puerto Ricans, so-called Negroes don't like the so-called Haitians. But, obviously these are the curses that was put on us. But Esau did his little works to try to put that divide amongst us, because when you think about it, well, in reality, first of all, between the so-called Negroes and the so-called white man, them niggas are still the damn minorities versus Jake. We the majority. Well, the so-called Negroes are the majorities over here versus the so-called white man. You can even go back to slavery and you look at the plantations. There was way more slaves on the damn plantation, on each plantation, than there was the Edomite families that lived in the damn house. All right, and we've been multiplying. Look at their families. Fast forward to today. What's the average amount of children that these damn Edomites wind up having? 1, maybe 2, if they can even have that, because they're having problems with their reproduction right now, man. All right, they're pretty much at a little over a 0% reproductive rate right now, man. They're under a 1% reproductive rate right now, man. How many damn babies do, let's just say, one Jake man wind up having? He might have 3, 4, 5 baby mamas, man. All right, or vice versa. How many baby daddies do Eve wind up having? You know what I'm saying? So Jake, on average, be having way more kids than Esau, even in this time, man. And that's just the so-called Negroes versus the so-called white man. So just the so-called Negroes versus so-called white man, the Negro is the majority, where the so-called white man is the minority. But nevertheless, it's not just the so-called Negroes that's over here, man. You got pretty much all 12 tribes. You got the northern and the southern kingdom over here, because the southern kingdom was brought over here where the whole northern kingdom was already at over here, right? Now, one of the things that Esau did was made sure that there was a further divide between us all, because, like I just said, with the so-called Negro versus the so-called white man, we the majority, he the minority. He can't, how do you, it's like you fighting a war, but it's like, you way outnumbered. They call it, I forgot what the type of warfare is called. Is it asymmetrical? It's like, I can't think of the type of warfare where it's like, well, you don't really need all these people to wage war against these other people or whatever, whatnot, because you can hit a little bit here, hit a little bit there, or whatever, whatnot. It's just the way and the tactics that you use to fight the war, where you don't really need to hit them with the numbers and everything like that, man. All right. But nevertheless, he keeps us divided because, like I said, the Negroes are already the majority over the so-called white men. But how much more when you add the so-called Negroes with the so-called West Indies, with the so-called Haitians, and then you add that with all the so-called Latinos and Native Americans, man. All right, we way outnumber Esau over here, man. So he's the super minority over here versus all of us. But what does he do? He make sure that we had that divide between us, that hatred between us, so that we're divided, so we can't band together to fight up against him, man. All right, he'll use us to fight against each other, to weaken each other down, or use us to be on his side to further fight ourselves, man. All right, it says every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall his kingdom stand? And this is where we at right now, man. All right, you got the Republicans versus the Democrats, pro-Trump supporters versus the anti-Trump supporters. They all going at each other's throats right now, man. All right, how the hell can they have a functioning government when they are all storming the buildings? They don't respect none of their kings or princes or anything like that. There's mass sedition and insurrection amongst the people and everything like that, man. All right. All these things are coming to play, which is all destroying Esau's kingdom right before your eyes, man. All right, so you ain't got to listen to these so-called Grandmaster J type niggas telling some get your guns, and these other Israelite camps talking about getting guns and fighting Esau. We ain't got to fight Esau, man. Our power is way more stronger. He want the glory. He is destroying the fuck out of these Edomites, man. And we ain't did shit but prophesy against them, gave all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High and His Son. All right, and drank some wine and celebrated, man. That's all we doing. All right, keep pushing the word, man. So I'm going to go ahead and close out with that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the elect. Until next time, I say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And citation and much love for you, I can pushing this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say, stay strong. Shalom.